I think that the G2 game was actually really good. I think that they got some key picks characteristic of G2, such as the Heimerdinger, and they managed to once again have a carry top laner, which I think is fundamental for their success, that they play with a carry top laner. And even though the game did not start on the best way with the Jankos gank on top.
Weird as well. Jankos now still the target of the aggro here from the Freak of Freaks. They're going to be taking him very low at first blood.
I still think that they managed to control the game and not allow a snowball. So after the TP from Heimerdinger to top lane and taking the first turret and opening the map and playing a bit more with their range advantage, I think that they were really successful, both in their setups and in the execution, leading to taking a Nashor, and after that just having the game on their hands. I think that the only thing that they can take out of that game in order to improve is how do they pull the trigger and how do they create more opportunities in order to expand their lead in the case they face a comp that outscales them. But I don't think that was too obvious for that game. Maybe it was also part of the strategy to take really slowly, because they know that Korean teams usually what they like to do is to wait on for a good opportunity for them to fight, and that they are really good on it. So I think that they just decided not to take any big risk, and for that I think that G2 showed a really good performance.
And G2 will take down the Africa Freaks!
So Vitality game was a whole different story. It was a complete roller coaster of emotions. I think that Vitality went with a really interesting approach to the game, so they decided not to go with that early game comps that we used to see from them. They decided to early pick top laner as a tank early on red side, which is quite weird for the Vitality style that we are used to, but it ended up working really well. And it was really easy for them to engage with Kai'Sa has a way to engage, Alistar has a way to engage, Ornn has a way to engage, Nocturne has a way to engage, and obviously Echo a bit harder, but it also has a way to engage, but especially to follow up with the stun of the W. So I think that that's the reason why the early game didn't go so well. They played an aggressive style like they are used to, but not with the picks that they are used to. But at the same way, I think that after we saw the first fight around one item at the mid lane, where they really easily engage onto a Genji that was not prevented to that kind of engages, then I think that the game shaped on an entirely different direction, and now Vitality was ahead of the game.
Ruler misses the arrow. Vitality in retreat now. Cube on the far line with the fight a kill, but Jizuke, the man with the plan, has the shutdown. Cube now in retreat, but he's going to be dropped as well. Vitality find 4 for 1.
They still managed to throw one time at mid. That Nashor one on or another Nashor call was a bit too risky, but at the end I think that that call to end is a Schalke special, as we already saw it. The backdoor through the top lane when the Elder Drake is up and forcing a team to make a really hard decision.
That's the call. Cube has to try to defend this on his own. Jizuke will not be taken down. The shutdown goes through. Vitality's looking to end it. They're pushing Nexus turret number 2. They can't get back in time. Genji is rushing to Nexus, but Vitality will take them down.
They took advantage of the fact that Korean teams, especially Genji, are really known to take their time to set up and to build up their control on the map, to attack it before that setup was being built, and that's what worked for them. And I hope, honestly, as an underdogs, that they keep a similar style, because I think that in order to get out of this group, they cannot play with the same weapons that RNG and Genji are going to play. They need to play their own style, they need to play different, they need to play creative, and it was really good to see that they did this on the first game.